And I'm aware of that when I have those moments of, I'm not clear and I've asked, and I tried, and I'm getting out of the way, and I know it's going to pull me to the other side. I'm trusting and I'm open to it. And as I'm listening to you, and I'm realizing that there's a belief I think I have in my head that as a teacher, you get stuck in this job and it's hard to change. It's hard to move out of it and do something different.
All right, so there we are. Now, it took a little while for you to acknowledge that, and it's all right. So now you've acknowledged it. So let us demonstrate this calibration process. You see, most people don't calibrate vibrationally. Instead, they manipulate with words and actions and behaviors. And manipulation of stuff is far different from calibration of energy. You can't fake calibration of energy, because when you line up, it clicks in, you feel it. You feel the elation, you feel the appreciation. And so most people are manipulating more things. Well, if I could just get a better job, or if that guy just quit, or if I could just manipulate, where calibration is something different. So you open a notebook, one that opens nice and flat. On the left side of it, write the situation, just really briefly. So the situation is, I like what I'm doing, but I'm not completely fulfilled, and I know there's more for me. I know there's more for me. And what was the last thing that you just acknowledged?
That I feel like I can't move or change in this position.
I feel stuck here because there are things about it. There's security and stuff like that, and I like the stability of all of that. So the situation is, I feel stuck here in this place that I know is not perfect for me. That's a good enough way to say it.
Teaching was my call, and I really, truly love working with
All right, so just be quiet.
Okay.
You're right about that. I feel like it's my calling, and I'm not completely happy here, and now I don't know what to do. Is that a better way of saying it? Did that say it better?
Something else.
There's something more for me, and I don't know what it is, and because I don't know what it is, I'm not moving. So you've made your statement, and make it as much as you feel like making it. We would be briefer rather than lengthy about it. Usually a paragraph is enough to pinpoint it. And sometimes during the process, you'll even want to write more, but just start somewhere. But then here's the next thing you write. Then you say, and therefore I'm feeling around this, I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling a little mad at myself. I'm feeling disappointed. I'm feeling anxious and fitful. What are other words that demonstrate the feeling of stuck? I'm feeling frustration and more, even frustration and more. So just list those words, whatever comes to you, and then just leave that side of the page. That's the situation. And because I have been focused upon that situation, hear these words. Without knowing it, I have calibrated my own point of attraction to that situation. Did you hear that? By observing it and talking about it and talking to other people about it and observing it, I've calibrated myself there. In the process, I calibrated a whole bunch of stuff into my vortex, but I'm not going there. I've let this condition calibrate me. That's really not accurate, because nothing can calibrate you. But I've calibrated myself to this condition. All right? Clear? So then, turn to the other side of the page and just take a beat. And now what your intention really is to do is to never mind that for a while, even though that's what's active within you. And now what you're wanting to do is calibrate to who you really are, to the big picture. So you could write at the top of your page something like, but how I dominantly feel in my life, how I really feel in my life. And then just pick some words, some opposing words, not based on this thing that just happened, just some opposing words, such as, I'm good at life, I'm bad at life. Which?
Good.
Circle it. Yes, indeed. I'm good at life. I like being here in this body at this time. I wish I weren't here.
Like being in his body.
I really, really like being here. I like expansion. I fear expansion.
I like expansion.
Things mostly go well for me or terrible for me.
Well, mostly go well.
Now, first of all, you've distracted yourself from all of that, and you're calibrating to who you really are. And then sometimes, very early in, we can feel it happening with you. You're off on a sort of positive rant, like, I love life. Am I eager or depressed? I'm eager. Am I open to more or closed off from it? I'm open to more. Are good things coming my way, or are they all blocked up somewhere? Good things are coming my way. And so with just a few seconds, really, a minute or two, you've calibrated to who you really are. And this is the most important thing. If you've been listening to us for a while, you've heard us say, because it's one of the things that we've said maybe more than everything else. Well, never mind that. You get what you think about whether you want it or not. You get what you think about whether you want it or not. And so sometimes you're thinking about things without even realizing that you're thinking about them. And so you let the conditions calibrate you. We talk about unconditional love. Well, this is unconditional calibration. This is not letting the condition calibrate you. This is calibrating to who you really are and doing it on purpose. So now you feel better. You've shifted the vibration. Often we remind you that, and this is an important distinction, your thought, your belief, your vibration on any subject is where you last left it. Only just now you left it in a different place. But did you notice what you had to do to leave it in a different place? You had to leave it. So feel why this is an effective tool. The situation, which is full of beliefs, caused your consternation, which alerted you to the fact that you wanted to calibrate differently. So you briefly identified what the situation was, and then you went to the whole of who you are and reminded yourself who you are while the ripplings of all of that were still wafting through the ethers. And in the process, you left that in a different place. You calibrated it to a different place. Now, if you didn't have the experience of this clear way of looking at it, you might have tried to make a list of positive aspects. We've been teaching that for years because there's positive aspects and negative aspects in just about everything. But what so often happens when you're trying to make a list of positive aspects is you try to turn a negative thing that you're feeling into a positive thing with your words. That's sort of what we were talking about. And nothing shifts. You're just covering it up. It's like putting a happy face sticker on your gas gauge because you don't want to know your fuel tank is empty. Eventually it's going to catch up with you. Yeah.
Sometimes you put Pollyanna juice on it, make it better, right?
Yeah. Good?
Very good.
Something more?
No.
Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.